So something that my students ask me about all the time is how to actually evolve through the alchemy of our relationships. As we know, relationships is a sector in our life that brings a lot of change, a lot of growth, a lot of friction, and a lot of evolution. Evolutionary change doesn't come through everything going the way that your ego wants. Evolutionary change comes from the alchemy of opposition. So why do we attract those that feel so different to us? Why is it important in relationships that we have a mirror that creates contrast? What I hear a lot is, why can't we all just get along? Why can't people understand me? Why don't I ever feel seen and heard? And what we teach in our shamanic way is the beauty of soul contracts and why they're here to teach you. Soul contracts is something that happened before we incarnated here for us to learn. The deepest soul contracts in your life are the ones that force you awake the quickest. Now, it's not ideal sometimes. It might be the attraction force between the empath and the narcissist, the one that feels so much and can't set boundaries, and the one that has had to pursue a self-absorbent life because of deep insecurity and trauma. Now, neither are better or worse than each other. It is simply two extremes of personality traits, two different sets of organization. But in the alchemy of that soul contract, they can be forced awake. I think the most important aspect for all of us to understand that we're not like everybody else and we're not meant to be. And our relationships aren't meant to be two completely identical people learning and growing through ease and grace at all times. Soulmates are here to wake us up quickly or to show us a long-term path of always constantly evolving. Hey lovelies, if you're resonating with this content, don't forget to like it and subscribe to the channel. It really helps us out, helps out the channel, helps us to make beautiful content for you all. Don't forget to comment down below too if you want to share your experiences, ask us a question, and send in some requests. We'd love to know what you want more videos about. Once again, thank you for watching, and we love you all so much. Now, if it was always easy and we always agreed with each other and everything was, yeah, I totally get that, then we wouldn't grow. Sometimes people come into our lives to force us awake through pain. But when we learn from that, from a soul contract point of view, we can understand alchemy. And what I teach my students is you are attracting a certain nature to provide those breadcrumbs for yourself so that you keep on waking up to higher states of awareness. We need to be on that path all the time, and sometimes it's deep and dark and filled with shadow values, and other times it's so light and so blissful. But we're here to experience it all. So when you're attracting someone that is so different to you and that is painful, have a look at what you needed to see within yourself. Have a look at what reveals. Have a look at what you can understand, rather than blaming the outside person, rather than your ego going to battle with that outside personality. It's more about, what are the gifts? What did your guides decide to let in for you? It's not always about those protection mechanisms and having them high. We don't want to build the walls too high and decide that the outside world is too much. We want to let people in, grab all of the juicy learnings, understand the knowledge and the parts that are woken up now, and acknowledge those parts, and then said gratitude to the guides that have let that experience in. We actually want to let the walls down in front of the right people and notice that that vulnerability takes strength, it takes courage, but we do need it. Connection is part of why we're here, and the alchemy of that connection becomes the most interesting part. So if you are an empath, or if you've been told that you have narcissistic traits, or maybe we're a complete collection of all of that, realize that we need that attraction force, and those soul contracts are playing out on many dimensional levels. It's really about embracing that and understanding the valuable lessons for you so that you attract something new and something different every time. If it's a long journey and a long lesson playing out, and that comes from soul contracts that are in the family unit or very close to you. We know that spirit has decided, and your soul has decided from another time and place, that that lesson needs to be close to you for your entire incarnation. And then it becomes about managing that lesson. What is the energy systems underneath? What is your capacity to face that lesson and that friction all the time? We can spend so much time in blame and judgment, resentment and hate, but we also need to spend a lot of time in the light, in love and forgiveness and acceptance. And it's really managing that system within yourself so that your resources can shine and you can take those evolutionary lessons on and own them and put your ego aside for a little while.
Hey, lovelies. If you're resonating with this content, don't forget to like it and subscribe to the channel. It really helps us out, helps out the channel, helps us to make beautiful content for you all. Don't forget to comment down below too if you want to share your experiences, ask us a question, and send in some requests. We'd love to know what you want more videos about. Once again, thank you for watching, and we love you all so much.